ladies and gentlemen, we got a few months left, just a few months left until Donald Trump takes office and is inaugurated once again as president of the United States. However, in the meantime, the Democrats are going to do everything that they can to make it as difficult as possible for him whenever he does get back into office. For example, World War III. From the post-millennial Biden-Harris administration to allow Ukraine to use U.S. long-range missiles to attack targets within Russia. Now, I don't want to bury the lead here. I want to explain to you exactly why this can start World War III. And then we'll get into the news. We got a great post here from Paul A. Cipula that explains it perfectly. It explains it perfectly. Vladimir Putin has said he'd use nuclear weapons if a non-nuclear nation attacked Russia with the assistance of a nuclear nation. Joe Biden giving Ukraine the green light to attack Russia with long-range missiles has now given Putin the green light to use nukes. This is World War III. Now, you can sit there all day and you can screech about, oh, that's bullcrap. You're just fear-mongering, Kendall. This is ridiculous. You're just spouting nonsense. Putin, he doesn't have the backbone to actually do that. It's like, okay, how do you know? How do you know? Like genuinely, it's like, oh, because he hasn't done it before? So, okay, well, the U.S. never dropped a nuclear bomb on Japan before we did. Tell the go ask the Japanese how that worked out for them. Oh, they won't, oh, we're hearing rumors about this nuclear bomb. They're not going to drop a nuclear bomb on it. Oh, look, the sun. It's like, why is the sun out at 2 a.m. in the morning? Oh, that's a bomb. Like, guys, why are Democrats, and it's not just Democrat politicians, it's so many of these far left Democrat voters as well. They're so willing to risk this nuclear fire over our cities that will eviscerate millions of people. Like, what are we doing? And these far left psychopaths that are in this cult who are just obsessed with keeping this far left woke ideology going, they'll just do and say anything that the person on CNN or MSNBC tells them to believe. So they just keep pushing this ideology of more war. We have to keep going after Putin. We have to keep getting involved in foreign wars. Why? Because the TV person told me to. It's really that simple. These people are in a cult. But let's get into the news, man. Let's get into the actual news and see what's going on. Post-millennial, President Joe Biden has approved the use of long-range U.S. weapons by Ukraine to target locations inside Russia. According to a report by the Washington Post, Biden had previously assured Americans this would not be permitted. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. He said a lot of things would not be permitted. He said things like F-15s wouldn't be given to Ukraine, and now we've given them F-15. I'm not surprised that this is where we're at. Ultimately, though, this is extremely dangerous. Let's continue. The decision represents a major shift in U.S. policy and comes in response to reports that approximately 10,000 North Korean troops have been deployed to assist Russian forces alongside Ukraine's northern border. U.S. officials fear additional North Korean units could soon follow. The weapons authorization allows Ukraine to utilize the Army tactical missile system for strikes within Russian territory. Previously, the Biden administration had opposed granting Ukraine permission to launch attacks within Russia, citing concerns that such actions could escalate the conflict further. Oh, you don't freaking say. You don't say. Let's keep poking the nuclear bear. Sorry, we're going to continue now. Ukraine has been requesting permission to use these powerful missiles in Russian territory for months. Russian President Vladimir Putin has previously said that he would perceive the use of U.S. weapons to strike targets within Russia as an act of war. See, this is what frustrates me. This is what frustrates me. Putin is not an idiot. Okay? You can call him all types of names in the book. You can call him a dictator. You can call him a tyrant. You can call him an evil fascist, whatever. You can call him all of those things. But you can't call him stupid. You can't. I mean, you can, but you'd be wrong. You have to be an intelligent person to be able to rule over a nation in the way that he does. Okay? The guy is not an idiot. So whenever the U.S. gives weapons to Ukraine and says, here, go strike inside of Russia, you think Russia's just sitting there saying, oh, Ukraine's attacking us again. The U.S. has nothing to do with this. It's just Ukraine. Like, no, they fully understand that it was us that gave them the weapons and gave them the capability to be able to do that. They fully understand that. They're not idiots. Maybe it's our far left politicians that are idiots. I don't know. Then again, there's a lot of neo-Republicans or neocons in the Republican Party who are also on board with this Ukraine war bullcrap, man. Let's continue. Ukraine has been requested. We already read that. Biden's decision to change course comes as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office in just 2 months. Trump has consistently signaled a desire to scale back U.S. involvement in the Ukraine-Russia war and has promised to broker a peace within 24 hours of assuming office. According to the Washington Post, U.S. officials said that the White House is working to put Ukraine in the best position for peace talks when Trump takes office. Okay. I've had enough. I've had enough. I don't know if you guys know how peace works. Peace does not include blowing up Russian cities. Okay? It's not going to work. If Russia is damaged enough, if their cities are damaged enough, if their people are killed enough or injured enough in these attacks, they're just going to keep going. They're not going to listen to what Donald Trump says. Because at that point, it will be a more personal thing. Ukraine will have made it personal for Russia. Right now, Vladimir Putin is just doing this because he got the bad end of a trade deal. This is what tyrants do. He got the bad end of a trade deal. Ukraine was moving more and more towards NATO and towards the European Union, and he didn't like that, so he invaded. It's not something that's really super personal for the Russian people. But Ukraine is on the verge of making it very personal for the Russian people. And when it becomes when it becomes that way, when it becomes personal for the Russian people, they're not going to want to have peace anymore. I mean, you've seen it. There's been protests. There have been people that have been calling for an end of the world to the war inside of Russia. But if this escalates to the point where Russian people, Russian civilians are dying, I get it. It's already personal for the Ukrainian people. It's already personal. But I'm telling you, if you make this more personal for the Russian people, then the war's not going to end. It's not going to end. Neither Ukraine nor Russia is going to listen to any kind of peace talks, and the fighting will not end until one side loses completely. And here, I can explain to you real quick just how that's going to go. Ukraine is going to lose. And here's why. Here is why. I fully believe, in my opinion, that Trump will start to withhold weapons from Ukraine. Why? Because he wants the war to end. And Ukraine, if they are stubborn and they choose not to end the war, and they choose to continue to fight Russia, which is utter stupidity, then I believe Trump will say, okay, you want to keep pushing this war? That's fine. But we are going to step back, and we are not going to be as involved as we were in the Biden-Harris administration, because we actually want to support peace. This is what Trump has stated. He wants the killing to stop. And if Ukraine or Russia won't come to the table for peace talk, Vladimir Putin has already said he'll come to the table. I haven't heard that from Zelensky. Maybe I just haven't seen it. I'm willing to be corrected down in the comments. If I just haven't seen that, that's fine. Correct me down in the comments. Maybe Zelensky has stated that he will come to the negotiation table and I just missed it. That's fine. But I have seen from Vladimir Putin that he's willing to come to the table. You can say, oh, he's lying, whatever. I don't care. The reality is this. Trump has one card up his sleeve that he can play. If Ukraine refuses to come to the table and refuses to end the war and just keeps hammering home, oh, this is personal, oh, we got to destroy Russia, they're never going to destroy Russia. The United States could literally hand over all the weaponry that we have. Ukraine's not going to destroy Russia. They don't have the manpower. They don't. It's just the reality of this war. And it sucks, man. It sucks. It really does. But this is where we're at. And so Trump would say, we are no longer going to be providing you weapons because you have decided that you want to drag the United States further into this conflict by using these weapons to strike further into Russia. And we fear this could cause a nuclear conflict in which no one will win. No one. No one wins a nuclear war. Nobody. Everyone dies. Everyone ends up in the ground. Everyone. That's the reality. That's the future that the left is pushing us towards with garbage like this. I don't want it. I definitely don't want it for my children. I don't want it for my wife. I don't want that for the future generations of this nation. But of course, can't expect the Democrats to care about that. Can't expect the Democrats to care about future generations when they kill their generations in the womb. Or when they actually do have a kid, they just end up chemically castrating them with hormone blockers and removing them from the gene pool. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is terrifying, though. This is genuinely terrifying. I don't know where we go from here. I hope that things can simmer back down before Donald Trump gets into office. And then I hope that Trump can form some kind of peace deal to get this to end. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I know that we all need to be prepared. I mean, you need to have stores of food. You need to have stores of water. You need to have a backup power source of some kind. But most of all, guys, I mean, we got to pray, man. We got to pray. Because I don't see what else is going to protect us at this point. I mean, the Democrats are so obsessed with making it as difficult as possible for Donald Trump. They are willing to burn the country to the ground just to make it as difficult as possible for Trump. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is terrifying. But we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep fighting to save our nation, to protect our nation. We got to speak up. We got to speak out. I'm going to leave it there. I'll have another video coming for you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.